Thanks for joining us online and here at the Local in San Francisco. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nick Manning. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a new company called Merkado. We are building a commerce and marketing platform for small businesses. And while we are busy building away and preparing for our launch in the fall, we thought we'd start developing a community around small businesses and share stories and experiences and journeys that each of these businesses have gone through. So today we're excited to share with you our very first Founders Forum. And we have an amazing panel of small business owners here in San Francisco. And going to hand it off to Reagan, owner of the Local, to start the conversation.
Well, thanks, Nick. I think we're all super excited to be here and a part of the first Founders Forum. My name's Reagan Long. I'm the owner, co-founder, head brewer of Local Brewing Company, located in downtown San Francisco. We're at 69 Bluxom Street. That's where we're all hanging out, having some beers right now. And I'll just hand it off and we'll all introduce ourselves and tell a little bit about yourself and your business. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elvis, and I'm a cosmetologist and barber freelance. I also have my small business in the neighborhood in the Castro. I've been there for 6 years, and I have my own chair. I actually built my own canopy on the roof, and it's just, I'm really grateful to be able to have that opportunity, to be able to cut hair still during all of this, and to be here today, and just to be able to share this experience with everyone and the opportunity to just continue to keep going in the journey. So that's me.
My name is Richard Baumgartner. I started Hero Marketing back in 2012, and I'm proud to say we've been going strong for 9 years. My business services a lot of national marketing clients. We have names including, or clients including Men's Warehouse, Kaiser Permanente. We service a whole range of clients. And I'm proud to say when I started Hero, I was really just following my passion, as I've done my whole life, living out loud and proud. And I really carry that over to my business. Everyone that I work with and engage with, I really strive to find our passions and pull that out in people and bring it to our work.
Thank you. I'm Jeanette Roosevelt. I'm the founder of Bay Area Beauty Babe, located in Pacifica. We've been open for about 7 months, and we just launched some new services and a new location. So come check us out.
Hi, guys. I'm Zach Taylor. I am a personal trainer. I have my own private business. Last year, I started the business after, obviously, gyms shut down. I was managing a large box gym, and I loved it, but it closed down. So, sorry, it didn't close down. It closed during COVID. It's still going now. But so I pivoted over and started doing personal training in my garage. So pretty proud of that. It's starting a business in your garage is kind of a cool thing. Hopefully it grows into something bigger one day. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for about a year. It's been very successful so far, partially because gyms were shut down for a while. So some lemonade made from lemons there. And I service, I would say, majority LGBTQ plus clients and those who are very close to the community. So very proud of that as well.
Nice.
Yeah, my name is Kevin, and I own It Computes. It's an IT consulting business specializing in small businesses and personal people who are not tech savvy. So people who just don't really know much about computers but need an IT guy. That's me. So I've been doing it for about 10 years. I was working with someone before that was kind of not running the business very well, and I was doing all the work. So I'm like, I think I can do this myself. And so I went off on my own, and 10 years later, I'm still here, made it through COVID, and just happy. And I'm a local Bay Area person. I've grown up, born and raised in the Bay Area, lived in San Francisco since 2000. And so my clients are all over the Bay Area, and most of my clients are all word of mouth, which I think is most exciting because I've never really done any advertising myself. I've only just me, and I have a lot of LGBTQ clients, but mostly word of mouth, and so that's kind of how that's what I'm doing. So
Awesome. Yeah, really diverse group of people here and businesses and all that. So I guess we'll just jump right in. I mean, I think we really kind of wanted to get an idea of or get your feedback on what it means to, be a part of the LGBTQIA queer community and how that has affected your businesses. I don't know, Elvis, you want to jump in and maybe give us your experience?
Yes. So my experience is, I'm just really grateful to be here, to be honest. I feel like I love my culture, my community. Being part of the LGBTQIA plus community has been not only just shown me so much love. I'm just really happy to be in San Francisco, to be in the neighborhood, and to have the support from my clients. Nick being one of them. I'm here today because of him, and he asked me to be here, which just kind of shows like how everything revolves and how I'm being supported and carried through even during these tough times, and it's like, I know that a lot of us can relate, having a small business and living in a really expensive city. However, it's been a blessing. It's been beautiful. It's been love. I mean, just to see like the fact that I'm still here today and I'm still here to be able to promote myself and find like new ways to like grow my business and continue to cut hair and be creative as an artist. I think it's really inspiring for everyone to be here as well and just to learn from one another. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to jump in and just say I'm here because Nick asked me to come here, and he drinks beer here. And so I think this is such a great concept that he had to bring everybody together in the Merkado brand and all that. So anybody else want to jump in on this one?
Go for it.
Yeah, Kevin, go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of awesome being part of the gay community, and it's been a really big part of my growth because, as I mentioned before, all my almost not all, but most of my clients are actually LGBTQIA plus, and so my business has been a lot of word of mouth, which has been really great. It's a fairly small community compared to others, so it's been kind of caught fire pretty quickly and easily. And also, I just it's really an important community for me to be working in because I think that gay people and LGBTQ people in general have a lot of additional sort of I guess things that we sort of deal with that other communities may not, particularly involving maybe like the way we perceive ourselves or the way our body image and things like that might be a little more worse for us maybe than other people. So helping people sort of get more in touch with their bodies and kind of live in their bodies a little bit and build confidence is an important part of what I do. And so I think that's why being in the gay community has really been kind of special in that way.
Nice.
I'll just add, I feel like when I started my career, I had just come out, and I've always tried to live out. I work in an industry with a lot of big corporations, and I get a lot of exposure to people who might not know, how boring or atypical a gay man could be. So I represent that part of the community, but I see myself out there in the business world trying to be my own little unicorn. And I bring to every project the magic that I think, is just inherent in who I am. So trying to break down walls and stereotypes and, really just show people, there's nothing to be scared of here. It's something I've been focused on, ever since I started my career some 30 years ago, and really just helping people see, being gay is just normal and nothing to be afraid of here.
Sure. Quick question is like off the cards here, but I'm curious. A couple of you already said that some of your customers are in the queer gay community. Is that for everybody here? Do you guys feel like it's a large portion, a majority of your customers, or what would you say, just in general, your customer base of the LGBTQ community?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna keep saying that I'm grateful because I am. I think being in just the heart of like where we go to find like a space to feel comfortable and like ourselves, it has shown me that like we're constantly looking for space, right? And we're constantly looking for a place to feel validated and feel confident and find places to find self-love and self-care and unity together. I think that In my experience, like, I have had the opportunity to meet all types of people, all kinds of people, and it's beautiful. It's just the progressiveness, the diversity, the and it's like not only that, but it's like I'm here today and I'm able to learn from one another, just like it is here in San Francisco. You know what I mean? So
Customer bases.
I wouldn't say mine primarily is LGBT. I would love to grow that. And so I think doing events like this would help kind of get the word out there and know that my place is a safe place and welcome for everyone. So yeah.
What about Kevin, your customers?
Not really. I mean, I do have some. I don't know if a percentage. I can't answer that.
Sure.
One thing I would definitely say is it's not me personally something I lead with, not because I'm not proud. It's just more the fact that. I mean, knowing the customers, I have customers all over the Bay Area, and some are older, some are young, and it's interesting when you interact with people. If I am helping someone on their computer, and you make chit chat, and you can kind of gauge how they might be about maybe if I told them I have a husband. And so it's one of those things where for me, I have to kind of get to know and have a better rapport with the client before I'm just going to go out and say it. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm older. And so when I came out in my 20s, in like 2000, being gay was kind of like, oh, you're gay, but it's like, wasn't like, oh, you're gay, but it's better, it's different now. So maybe that's just kind of what I've learned to like deal with, I guess. So I don't always just tell everyone I'm gay. It doesn't, for me, I guess it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter because I am proud. It just doesn't, it shouldn't change my interaction with people. And so it's not until I get to know them before I might say, oh yeah, I do have a husband, or something like that. And knock on wood, it's never not gone well, thank God. So,
yeah. Well, and I bring that up because getting to one of the next topics here is how's your business been adversely affected by being in the gay or queer community? And I'm thinking of my customer base as a brewery owner. We were the first woman-owned and LGBT-owned brewery, like definitely in San Francisco and like in the Bay Area. And it's nothing I really necessarily wanted to put on blast because it's not our customer at all. And in fact, it's a negative in some cases, but it's been such a growth opportunity over the last, we opened here 6 years ago. And just in general, I think I was just talking about this Pride beer that we're drinking now. We partner with SF LGBT Center. This has been our 4th year. We were the first brewery to do a Pride beer, and we donate a portion of the proceeds to them. But it's just been really great to see that audience grow in the craft beer community. But when we first opened, it maybe wasn't as sort of celebrated as it is now. So any other stories here that you guys would want to share on your business being adversely affected by being in the community?
I just want to share. I feel like in the past, I was sort of slow to reveal myself. I felt like there was always this moment like, okay, now I'm going to come out to the client. But I've moved beyond that point. And I am full on me all the time. You already know what you get when you start. And I think that that's really important. I have had no adverse impact from coming out. If anything, I feel like it makes people more interested, or they want to hear, or they want, the touch or design or flair of a gay man on their project. Yes, give me some of that. So I'm blessed in that way that I get to come in and be kind of the fun time in their work, in their day in and day out.
Totally, I definitely agree with that. Being a gay man, I definitely will say, just even following like pronouns of like they, them. I feel like, being in the Castro and in the hair industry, it's like we were really affected. Being in San Francisco, we were shut down for. And, it's like I've been able to see the growth as well as the decline in like clientele, and just kind of starting like fresh and new, and also being really like pushed to like be creative and be innovative. Just even like trying to find new clients and like cutting hair and just kind of promoting that like self-care, self-love again, that people have gotten so comfortable to be at home and cut their own hair. And it's like, I think that's super cool. I think that's amazing. But it's also really nice to have a place where you can have a professional just kind of help you with that and just listen. A lot of times I feel like that's just kind of what we need. also with that being said, it's just nice to be able to see new like places open up in the Castro. You know, there's been a lot of places that have closed down. New places are being like remodeled and just like renovated, and we're out here. You know, it's like I love being gay, and I love to see like gay people just grow and be amazing and be successful. It's so inspiring, and it gives me hope. You know, so thank you.
I haven't had anything negative necessarily happen, but I echo what Richard was saying. In the beginning of my career, I felt like the need to come out, like it was something I had to do like right away because I worked at a predominantly male like industry. So I felt like, oh, I need to tell them right away. And but now I don't feel the need to do that. I just am who I am, and I feel like it does allow me to, when I do tell somebody, because maybe they are like kind of judging me or they assume I'm with a man, then they feel more. I feel more connected with them, and it's like opens up conversation. So getting to know my clients a little bit better.
I don't know that my business necessarily has been adversely affected by my being gay, but I definitely have had some hurdles, especially since it's like a very typically, the fitness world is typically very like male, hetero. And although we're in a very gay bubble in San Francisco, so I've been kind of like shielded a little bit from that. Definitely worked in gyms where it's a lot of kind of straight male energy. Going to like conferences or having speakers come in from other places besides San Francisco, and they talk, there's a group of men and I'm maybe one of two gay people, and they keep referring to like, your girlfriend and your girlfriend and your girlfriend, and like everything's like sports references and things. And I was getting a little alienated and starting to feel kind of some kind of way about it. And one of my straight coworkers chimed up and said, "Why their boyfriend?" And kind of like clued him in, like, let's try to be a little more, inclusive. So there've definitely been some awkward moments, but I think that since we are, as I said, in a nice little bubble here, I think it's been pretty not so bad for me personally.
Okay. Any additional thoughts, Kevin?
I mean, maybe just it's interesting because like I got married about 6 years ago, and so starting wearing the ring was interesting because people would say, "Oh, you're married," or I was leaving town to get married, and so people just assumed that I was marrying a woman.
Okay, interesting.
And it was very interesting because that was like my moment. A lot of them with my clients, like, "Oh no, I'm actually getting married to a man," and this and that, and and even during COVID, it was weird because you would talk with people on the phone and, you would talk about your COVID experience with my clients, "Oh, working from home, how's it working? Oh, well, my wife, I'm like, oh yeah, my husband." And then, "Oh, your husband, you're married. Oh, you're married to a man." And it was, I guess it feels good to be able to do that. And, but it's one of those things that I don't always lead with it because it just doesn't need to, but I mean, the experience has always been pretty, it's been always gone pretty well. I've never said that it's never gone well. People are very inquisitive, and and I guess they maybe don't meet a lot of, at least some of my clients don't meet a lot of like gay people. So it's kind of fun to be like he's the gay IT guy. I don't know. In the ambassador, if I'm ambassador, I'm in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. No, I'm kidding.
There's a company name.
Right.
Gay IT guy.
Yeah, the gay IT guy.
I think we all are really fortunate to be in the Bay Area. It's a bit of a bubble on some level. At minimum, people are, relatively speaking, when you share who you are and all that, people are at minimum kind of open to it, right? So we're lucky in that sense. Bill, going back to some of the topics that we wanted to cover, one of the things that when Nick brought this up and the whole idea of Merkado creating this founders forum and being able to network with other business owners, and he had said that the first one we would be doing, the LGBTQIA plus kind of like founder forum. I was like, I don't know of a community like that out there. Maybe there is, and we're all business owners and heads down and maybe not looking at those forums for networking. I don't know. That's me maybe personally, but how do you guys know of other communities like that? Or how do you feel like we as business owners in this community like connect more? Like, I know we're all heads down and super busy, but it's like great to meet you all right now, right? And I think we all feel that way. So like, what could we be doing more to kind of expand our network and our community? Any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like social media is a great way to like connect. I feel like that's something I'm definitely going to follow everyone today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way to
Definitely.
see like, just, just a good way to connect, you know what I mean, and stay connected. We live in a generation where it's like we're on our phones and like everything is digital. Being in a tech, industry, which is like here in San Francisco, I think it's like moving towards that direction. Also with like Zoom and like just being able to access that, I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think it's a great point. Sharing on social and what each other is doing is super important,
I think we have a long way to go. And when I saw some of the questions for our time together here, I thought, how many businesses out there are actually certified LGBTQAI? And the data I found, there's less than 1,000 in the country.
Wow.
I mean, there are not that many. And even in the Bay Area here, I think it's the Golden Gate Chamber of Commerce, but there is a gay and lesbian Chamber of Commerce that I was completely unaware of until Googling today. So I think we have a long way to go. And I'm a big fan of in-person. I don't know, maybe it's Zoom fatigue, but being able to sit down and look someone in the eye and talk and do it in a casual setting, I think really helps. A lot of my business networking has been through professional groups,
Right.
with lawyers and attorneys. But I have not come across a networking group until today, Googling, that really supports this kind of activity and facilitates it. So I think it's much needed.
I think there are a lot of similar challenges that we experience that we just talked about that a lot of other business owners just don't even have to worry about. I mean, just again, one of my experiences, like we don't necessarily put on blast that we're, probably woman owned, but maybe not queer owned or whatever, just because it's just, we're a brewery and that's just kind of what we want to lead by. But I think I think 60% of my employees are in our gay or queer community because they literally found that out. And like, it's not a part of our interviewing. It just happens to be the people that like just sort of get magnetized to what we have going here, which I think is just super cool, and there's just ways in which I think we all could like vibe off that, and learn how we could, share what we have to offer to other people in our community. And that in itself grows it. Right. So yeah, I mean, other ways we could work together or network more.
I agree. Definitely like more events like this or just additional events, and then social media, and maybe more specifically like a group form. Like, Facebook has a lot of groups. So that way it's more, doesn't have to be like an event. You could just pop on whenever with any ideas or thoughts that you could get support on. So
Good idea.
I love the idea of doing events and like this, or maybe one like mixers, things like that.
Yeah.
Sharing business cards, or I personally, I love keeping it in the family, so to speak. So like if I'm seeking out a trainer, I like to have a gay or lesbian or LGBTQ trainer. I like my accountant is a gay guy by design. I find I sort of create my world. Of my therapist is a gay man. I just feel like we share similar experiences, and so there's this level of understanding I think that's there, and also I just feel like I trust us. I like this community. So I feel like it would be great to have some maybe mixer types of events where you can like in person sort of meet one another. I also, Richard, I like the in person aspect. So let's make that happen, you guys.
yeah, I was gonna say also like collaborations or like pop-ups, anything that
Definitely,
like overlaps that you could do, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like the topics here, the other one was just, how have you gone about networking with other businesses? We kind of went over that. Any things that we didn't call out from a networking standpoint that y'all feel like we should bring up and share with other people?
I mean, we talked about social media, but more specifically, my wife and I have a group we created on Nextdoor for LGBTQ, not necessarily like business owners, but that'd
Nice.
probably be like the next step, seeing
Sure.
how else. And definitely, I mean, we've posted our business on there just to kind of get the word out. And that's more local, so neighbors could support neighbors and stuff like that. So that's one way.
Yeah. Anything else? Were there any questions or?
I just wanted to add, those are all great ideas. I think not only we can learn from that, but people that are watching us as well
Yeah.
today. I think it's just wonderful to be able to like, hear each other out and grow from that and just be open-minded. I feel like that in itself is a great way to start learning how to be creative in new ways,
Yeah, completely agree. Question? Okay, so one question is, I'm just repeating so everybody can hear. Has anyone lost a client or a customer because of your business or you being in the community?
I haven't lost them because of being gay. It's probably just been my personality, it's, which are, mutually related, but also separate. But no, never any adverse impact. If anything, I think that, again, people are open to it and want it. So I've been lucky that way.
Yeah, I would agree. I've been lucky that way too. And honestly, I wouldn't consider that a loss.
Yeah.
But
That's a good
just
point.
saying.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's actually helped me as well. I think a lot of people, like in my business, a lot of women feel more comfortable working with a gay man. Straight men seem to have been fine. I mean, I don't interact with a lot of straight men. They haven't come to our gym that often, but yeah, and I feel like it's sort of a safe space. So it's actually been kind of an advantage for me in what I do, and of course, LGBTQ people as well, more comfortable probably with a gay man being their trainer. So
Yeah.
I'm with Elvis. If they're a problem, that's a good thing, right? I mean, then you don't want them. We have a rule not to work with assholes. So yeah, if that came up, they might fall in that camp.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like, the world and like we all want kindness. Like, you know what I mean? We're all going through something. There's a lot going on. I'm not perfect, but I will say it's like one thing I do try to practice is trying to be kind to one another. And I feel like I wouldn't consider that a loss. Like, I think that would actually be beneficial to both people. Like, if, you don't want to come see me, then that's totally fine. There's more places and like opportunities and spaces where you can go and find what you need to find. And, I'm not going to continue not to be myself because that's all I know how to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to leave it on maybe a negative note, but I definitely know that people don't buy my beer sometimes because of it. But in the end, it's like, it's just the reality of it. I mean, it's just knowing that, you're in this certain industry where this is just super new, right? Like, and, but again, I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as like, we're just kind of like trailblazing. And, there's so many, and just like I said, going back to like how many people here that came to work here because of the vibe and the culture that we have of inclusivity. Those things way outweigh like a beer sale. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's bigger picture for us, I think. So, but yeah,
Yeah. And then whenever you're, I mean, it's one of those things, like you said, it's very inclusivity. We're all equal. Whenever you're ready, we're here, so.
And things, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't know. I notice it in our industry for sure that things are definitely like people are just more open, especially, I don't know if it's just like post-COVID or whatever. There's like people just kind of wanting to support, like they're more, at least from my perspective, a little bit more thoughtful about how and where they spend their money. And we've seen that a ton. Like, it's just changed. Like, our audience has completely changed. I mean, we're here in South of Market where we would just get like the doors would come open with like tech company people and they didn't really care who was here. But now, like, we earn every customer and people are coming here and they're supporting your businesses and our business just because they know that it really is important, right? And that's been kind of that's a silver lining to the COVID shit in my mind. Yeah.
One thing I just want to share, as a business owner, I have loved mentoring other, people who come in who are part of the family. It's really cool to have someone in their 20s. And, I've kind of been there. I've been in that stage. And really just to let them be who they are and kind of blossom in their own way. It's very gratifying. I don't have kids. I have a fur baby. But, I kind of look at everyone that I'm helping bring up as kids and, to let them be themselves, to uplift that, I think it's kind of a blessing and something that I've really loved in my path.
Yeah, agreed 100%. Two questions.
So one from online. Any advice you give to someone who's struggling with their identity and on the journey of starting their own business?
Okay, are those two separate questions?
That is one question.
Okay, so let's just start with that. I can't remember, Nick, or if you have it written down, you can bring it over here. I'm not going to remember anything. I'm drinking a beer. Okay. So, so you all heard that, but any advice that you would give someone that's struggling with their identity and in the journey of starting their own business? That's a big one.
I would just say
Yeah, I know. That's why. Are those two questions or?
They're really good.
But they are.
And impactful questions as well. I would honestly say, like, you know, just that's something really young age, and I think now being able to understand that and to be through this pandemic, it that we're not alone. You know what I mean? And it's it's going to be okay, and just be yourself. Like, period. The world, you know, start your own business. Just go. Just go. There are going to be some good and bad days, but just keep on going. Yes.
I would say like an advice is seek out a good mentor, someone who celebrates who you are and can kind of like guide you a little bit. Don't be afraid to ask questions and maybe interact with people like us who've done this before. Start out maybe working with at a place, like if you want to be brew beer, don't just maybe jump right into it. Maybe come and try to work here, or like do a mentorship or something first. So especially if you're young and you're just kind of learning. I love being a mentor. I was training trainers before and managing trainers, and so if anybody out there is looking to become a personal trainer or get in the health and wellness world, please contact me, ZachTaylorFitness.com. I love supporting our community, and especially those people who may actually be struggling a little bit with like their identity. So I think finding someone or a group that celebrates you and that can provide some comfort as well as information is a good idea.
Any other? That's okay. We've got two more questions. Okay. So, what does pride mean to you, and how do you weave that into your business? This is from Trey G, who's online.
I love pride, and I've definitely participated in previously in my corporate jobs, like all the LGBTQ like employee engagement groups. So I've definitely taken a larger role in planning all of those events for the employees, and so that's been a lot of fun. My business is still new, so I guess incorporating that in my business will be the next step. Obviously, for Pride, I tried to celebrate it during the month of June by offering a promotion for my clients, but we'll see what next year has in store. So,
yeah, Pride is really important to me, and I had actually a client appreciation event at my house for all my clients. So everyone came and they all brought their significant others, and everybody got to like show their friends and family members like where they work out and everything. It was cute. It was a good way for everybody to meet each other and feel like they're part of a sort of micro community. And of course, I talk about people to other people, so they get to like put faces with names and everything. But yeah, it was a really fun Pride event. We definitely rang in Pride pretty well. That's what I did.
I'll just share that I'm really excited for my future Prides. I found out recently that I have a trans member of my family. She's 12. My nephew came out 11, and I have another nephew who realized he's gay or has come to accept it at 27. So I'm looking forward to next year, kind of having Uncle Richard's big Pride bash here in San Francisco and flying them all out so they can see it firsthand, and hopefully to kind of lead the charge on the exodus out to San Francisco. So I'm looking to see it through their eyes because so much has changed.
I guess pride to me is giving the opportunity to express yourself, and just the space and the experience and the strength that we have, and just allowing people, you know what I mean, and just kind of showing them that it's okay to be who they are, and like giving them different like options, like working out with someone, going to like the salon, and marketing, like tech, like inspiring people, like feminist, and just giving people that like ability to just embrace who they are. I think it's like, even I don't know, I think of it as just love and color and self-expression, you know.
Nice. Yeah, no, these are all great. I'm one of the things I already mentioned. We beer every year. Well, this is the 4th year, and it's an opportunity to celebrate like here and like with. It's weird. I call my bartenders kids, but it's what you said. It's like kind of like mentoring these kids. We all celebrate and have a really great time and have unicorns and rainbows and just have and drink a beer. It's awesome. So it's fun. It's kind of making light of it, but also just like totally accepting it and just being super inclusive about it and celebrating it. So great. So we got a couple more questions. What's the most awkward exchange you've had with a client or customer? Yeah, Zach, you've got to have some good ones. You're a personal trainer.
Oh man. Yeah. So I would say a pretty awkward one was when I kind of had to break up with a client. It was just, there was like an attitude sort of issue. The person was obviously going through something in their life and was kind of taking it out on me a little bit. And I think being a personal trainer, it's a lot of, as you might also have the experience, Elvis, being a similar type of business, sort of, where you're kind of cutting hair. Yeah, so there's a little bit of psychology involved, and people kind of expect you to sort of help them with their other problems. And so, yeah, I guess I wasn't taking the bait enough, or whatever. He was having some very dramatic issues, and I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, he was kind of taking it out on me, and so he looked at me and said, like, I think we need to stop doing this. And I said, I kind of agree with you. Like, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable here. So breaking up with someone in a client relationship is a pretty awkward, difficult situation. So that's probably my most memorable.
I had a really interesting, you know, I like, you know, it's family. We like kiki and hurrah and yada yada, you know. A lot of times like some things get lost in translation, and we have to be really careful and sensitive, you know, because not everyone is on that same vibe or that same level. I think I learned really quickly that, you know, pronouns were very important, and I believe that. However, there are a lot of times where some stuff that we also say in our community and culture could come across a little bit like through somebody that may be struggling. And I think that was, for example, like, you know, we like to say girl, hey girl, you know, and it's like really quickly that was shown to me like, hey, you know, like I'm going through this right now, and, you know, not everyone's really like there or where comfortable to like open up to you. And this person was transitioning, and I didn't want to offend them, you know what I mean? And I quickly apologized. I saw, you know, that was a big growing experience for me, and it was like, okay, maybe now from now on I will be very conscious and aware that maybe I shouldn't just use that word with everyone, maybe just with the people that are like in my, you know, chat or something, you know what I mean? So that was shown really quickly, and I'm actually really grateful for that, because that helped me also realize about others, you know.
I'll just say I feel like all clients come around. I made the mistake of breaking up with a client via email when it should have been a phone call or an in-person discussion. But you know, I feel like really just that relationship and rapport is what keeps people coming back. I've had clients leave for whatever reason, and then years later come back. So never burn a bridge. You know, don't break up over text or email, and you know, really keep those relationships alive. One client, as you know, in hair can become another 10. So they might not be the key client over time, but they could be sort of the gateway client. So I just think everyone wants respect, service, and to be handled correctly for their money. So as long as you're meeting those things, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Sure. Sounds good. We've got one more question here. Have you ever caught yourself code switching with clients?
What is that?
I thought you youngsters were going to tell me. I don't know. What does that mean, Nick? Like,
You like change the way you talk or how you present yourself in front of certain people.
okay.
So like you might say, "Hey girl, that's it." Switch up.
I have one mode. by the way I look, but I guess yeah. What about you guys?
I definitely have.
Okay.
Oh, a lot. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but growing up and coming out, I have so much baggage about sharing who I am, even at this age, you know. So yeah, I kind of walk the line, but eventually I reveal it all, and they can take it or leave it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say knowing you have to know. For me, I just want to know my clients. Again, I don't know why. I think it's just because the way I came out. I didn't come out when I was 15, so I waited until I was in my 20s, and so it was one of those things where it, yeah, I don't really let everyone know, and it's not because I don't want to, just because it's just easier to not have that conversation with people because it doesn't always matter. But yeah, I would definitely say for me, I guess I do a lot. I guess I just don't really lead with it unless I'm like have a word of mouth gay client that I know, like designer, that I know that I can be very comfortable with. But if it's someone new and it's a family in Sunnyvale, I'm definitely not going to go, hey girl, it's
Yeah,
just I
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of keep it and maybe leave them wondering, but it doesn't really matter, right? As long as they pay the bill.
Yeah, I think from my experience, I'm pretty. I mean, I'm myself all the time. It's like this is you. What you see is what you get. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of shown, and just like my demeanor and like the way I've like expressed myself through art and tattoos and hair color and haircuts, and I've changed so many different looks in so many different ways. I think it's also a way of expression and inspiring others. I think not necessarily code switching in a sense, but I will say that it takes time, right, to like develop relationships and friendships and get to know people. And you sometimes, it takes time, and eventually I feel like the more that I get to know someone, the more I'm able to like feel comfortable and open up and be vulnerable. And it's just again, it's like I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to like solve your problems. I'm just here to listen and help you and guide you in like ways to like make you feel better by getting your hair cut or like helping you see like the beauty within you. You know what I mean? And I think we can show that in so many different ways through like beer, through like, marketing, through like exercise. Like there's, tech, everything, you know what I mean? Just by even just like being yourself. I think that in itself is like a great way to show another person that, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I think about that.
No, absolutely.
I just think there's like a tug of war between we're completely normal and yet we need to declare who we are and to be out there. And there's some balance to that. And I guess I kind of just feel it out. But it's an interesting dichotomy between you're unique, you should be out and proud, but yet we're all normal. This is
Running
really
businesses,
it's not
yeah,
a big deal.
yeah.
Well, and I'm the same with the business. So
Any other final thoughts on that? Any other questions, guys? Nope. Well, so I guess, yeah, we'll wrap it up. Is there anything else you all wanted to bring up topic wise?
great beer,
Okay, thanks.
really good.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, thank you guys for coming down. Maybe we could just do a final wrap of like just your business name, maybe like your website or your social handle so that people can we can start this like networking thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we didn't share that at the beginning, did we? Let's do it.
My business card. I feel like double check.
Okay, while he's going, so ours is localbrewingco.com is our website. You can follow us on social at Local Brewing Co.
We are Hero Marketing at heromarketing.com conveniently. We are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. So please check us out.
Bay Area Beauty Babe, located in Pacifica, and bayareabeautybabe.com, and all of the Instagram, Facebook, all that is the same. And it's for beauty and wellness services.
My website is ZachTaylorFitness.com. That's Zach with an H, not with a K. This K is weird. So yeah, ZachTaylorFitness.com, and I'm Zach Taylor Fitness on Instagram. So you can follow me there.
So it's it computes and it-computes.com, and I do not have a Instagram, so I do have a Facebook page, but it's better to do the website. So
Elvis?
Yeah, thank you. So you can find me. My name is Elvis Z. You can find me on Facebook. My Instagram is The Beauty by Elvis. And my website for haircuts is elviszhair. You can book me. Yeah. Hope
Awesome.
to see you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks you guys for your time. This has been so fun. It's been great to meet you all. Thanks for coming down to my brewery. And yeah, thanks
Thank
Mercado. I don't know if you guys want to do any
Thank
final
you.
things, but thank you for putting this all together for us. So yeah. All right. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Thank you.